what's up?
Oh,
Hey, what's up? We're talking about sandwiches.
Okay, what about it?
Sandwich. Yeah, actually, let's get recording real quick. Are we recording right now?
Yeah.
Oh, it's sick.
We are
Okay.
recording.
so my local file isn't recording, but I'll get that going.
So yeah, we're just talking about different sandwich places and their how valuable they are to American society. I guess North American in general, because Slava's got a few of these, but I do like Jersey Mike's, but I'm not gonna act like Jersey Mike's is like the bastion of sandwiches.
So, Trey, do you know what
Yeah,
Mr.
still-
Sub is?
If Danny,
Do you know what Mr. Sub is? Have you ever heard of Mr. Sub?
nah,
This was like the
No.
Canadian version of Subway, and then Subway came and kicked down the towers, and now all you have in Canada is Subway in terms of sandwich spots. We don't have Jersey Mike's. I know we do have a Firehouse, but
about
Potbelly's,
Quiznos?
I don't know what that is. Quiznos, few and far between. Yes, there's still probably more Mr. Subs than there are Quiznos.
Oh, those Quiznos bullet sandwiches kept me fed in college, man.
I don't know if those exist anymore.
No, they don't.
Like literally not at all.
Oh, Quiznos, I don't. They probably got a few of them somewhere, but yeah, the bullet subs, they do not. Like little $4 like skinny boys.
That's so American to call it a bullet sub.
Look, man, I was in Atlanta eating a bunch of them, man. Like it wasn't just American; it was like American, you know.
So you got riddled with bullet subs.
So, yeah, there was a Quiznos that had been sold or shut down or whatever on the main drag of Franklin Street, which was like the street next to UNC Chapel Hill. And it got taken over by a Filipino restaurant called Inihaw that served extremely good hot dogs. And the thing that made their hot dogs so good was that they would shoot the hot dogs through the Quiznos sub conveyor belts. And it was like
Wait, just
$8.
the bun or like the entire constructed dog?
The entire constructed dog. It had like special stuff on it too.
Yeah, so like if you got like a chili dog, it was just everything goes on the conveyor belt.
Exactly, yeah.
I know
Like
it was so gross at the end of the night.
Absolutely. But this guy realized that the great innovation of Quiznos was actually just the sub conveyor belt. And you could put anything on the conveyor belt and it would come out.
Oh, you're putting like
good.
you heating up relish and shit?
No, the relish went on afterwards.
Horseradish? Like, yeah, yo, that's crazy. That's crazy.
Yeah, man. Inihaw went fucking hard.
Dude, all I've been doing this week is
Fucking-
changing conveyor belts. That's literally it. Just changing fucking belts. Not sandwich related stuff though.
What a
Are the
segue.
conveyor belts metal or rubber?
So like the belt itself is metal, but the roll is rubber, but the rollers are metal.
Okay. And is this at the like I Love Lucy chocolate factory, the conveyor belts?
Yeah, like
That's
my
what I was
apron is
about to ask, yeah.
by the end of every shift.
Okay, yeah, you're having to like shovel the bonbons in your mouth.
I still don't understand what was so hard about that job. Like,
You had to
they weren't going that fast.
Yeah, but there were like very specific confectionery requirements.
No, there wasn't. That's the whole point of
Yeah,
Forrest
there
Gump.
wasn't.
is
It
Back
was
in the
just
day,
like-
you didn't know what you got in your box of chocolate.
Yeah. It's like
That's
you buy
true,
a Snickers.
though.
It's like Kit Kat. All right, well, got me.
Yeah. It's just like gambling on sports, which is how I lost $60 on Sunday.
I lost
The
a friend,
Super
of mine,
Bowl.
a friend of mine made like $300 on squares. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, this is
49ers fan,
Nersey.
though. Oh, yeah.
By the way, this is Nersey, the #1 gambling podcast on leftist rap Twitter. I am
I bet you it's not.
Damn, I'm Pick'em Drew, joined by Prop Bet Trey and
7-leg parlay Slava.
7-leg parlay.
No,
Slava.
I should be Parlay Trey.
All right, parlay Trey, prop bet P Slava, and our
Prop Bet Slava P.
producer.
There we go.
And our producer is joint reverse mortgage to bet on the Super Bowl. Joe, aka Steel Tipped Dove, and our music is by.
I got a good feeling about this one, Craig Jenkins.
Yep. I was trying to think of a betting pun. I couldn't do it. All right. Anyways, yeah, the Super Bowl. It happened. I what what did you guys think of it?
In bed by halftime.
It wasn't good till the fourth quarter.
Yeah,
It was a very confusing but also low key funny Super Bowl.
yes, it was
Like, when
mind-numbingly boring.
But like when Ice Spice just popped up, I was like, "What the fuck's she doing?" It was like, "Oh, she's rich." That's right.
Yeah,
So
no,
yeah.
the Taylor Swift luxury box of Taylor, Ice Spice, Blake Lively, and Lana just like lurking behind them. That was really good.
Okay,
Yeah,
I
Lana
didn't
looked
even notice those last two.
I Googled who is in Taylor Swift's luxury box and was treated to a large number
Travis
of
Kelce.
hastily written articles. No, he was on the field. You don't know anything about football.
Trey, where are you right now? I mean, Drew, where are you right now?
I'm in Lidditz, Pennsylvania, in my parents' closet that has a lot of wood.
It's a cool closet.
Yeah, no, it's
I
it's
like
really
the
good.
color blocking. There's a lot of mirrors. Like, yeah.
Yeah.
Is that
And,
a
like, you guys-
velour robe?
No, it's a Land's End robe.
Well, velour's a material, Land's End's a company, but you know, either way, yeah.
I think that, but the brand and the material are mutually exclusive.
Okay, fair enough.
I think.
I'm not there to disprove you, so yeah.
Yeah. Also, I'm not gonna reach over there and look at my dad's fucking fabric that he's working with. Like,
Mr. Millard, once you listen to this, please leave a comment letting us know what material your robe is made out of.
Okay, good. That he will absolutely do that, or he will at least text me. All right. So, Travis Swift, whatever. Is it a psyop? Why didn't they endorse Biden?
Because they're going
it's
to
coming.
endorse.
Oh, it's coming. And it's so
Okay.
funny that this is like the Democrats' best chance now is to get Taylor Swift to say vote for Joe Biden.
I don't
Yeah.
think she's going to say that. She's just going to say go vote. And I don't think like people are going to listen because
Apparently, I was just reading a thing that apparently like 20% of the potential voting populace would be willing to be swayed by Taylor Swift,
Where did you
either
read that?
into voting. I
you
don't
all
know.
deserve what you get if that's the case.
Yeah, Taylor Swift surprise RFK endorsement is on the way.
Do you remember how many people endorsed Hillary and like how funny that is in hindsight?
Yes,
Yeah.
and she won.
Twice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ray, it seems like you have a beef with Mahomes.
Nah, I used to just think he was corny and stuff, but like after this Super Bowl, like I don't know, that whole it's not just him, it's the whole family, and his brother's still a piece of shit, so fuck that guy.
He's a piece of shit.
Yeah, but like his wife is kind of funny now. Like, did you see the clip of when his brother was trying to get into her section at this club, and she was just like she looked over and like didn't even try to fight in his like for his name and shit. She just like shrugged and then started like dancing.
Wow.
Yeah, like, that's kind of funny to me.
Okay.
Also, his dad's genuinely hilarious. Yeah,
What's up with his dad?
his dad is just like the quintessential black dad, man.
Okay.
He's just funny as shit. I know
Okay.
it's one of those things where like not just black dads with all dads, like other people just like, man, your dad's so cool, he's funny, nah, nah, nah. And then in your family, just like everybody who's lived with him for more than 72 hours thinks he's a fucking psycho, and or at the very least the weirdest guy they've ever met. And he just reminds me of just like The platonic ideal of an American dad.
So here's the thing that I cannot abide by with Mahomes is like last year when they won, he went on to some late night show and they were like, "How was the after party?" And he was like, "Oh man, it was badass. We had the Chainsmokers and DJ Khaled there, and that's like all the good music genres right there." Like he talks and acts like Christian Kenny Powers.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's exactly what you want in an all-American
Yeah.
quarterback. He should be dating Taylor Swift.
That is true. Although he is married to someone who is apparently cool.
Well, we're not saying she's cool, but we're saying we're learning that she may actually be cool.
Yeah,
Because
she's
she's
cool.
been
But
she's been annoying as hell for the past 4 years or so. And then this last weekend, it was just like, oh, maybe there's something there. You know?
All right. This is yet another event-based pod where we have clearly done a bunch of research. And yeah. Also, man, my buddy, he was like, "All right, here's the bets you should make." And then I made all the bets and all of them but one lost. I could have made more money doing random stuff.
what was the wildest one you saw when you went to open up the app to make the bet?
Brock
There
Purdy
was-
MVP.
I thought about voting for that one because I was like, well, if they win, then they'll make him the MVP.
That's sick how you just call gambling voting, by the way.
They weren't winning that, man. This Super Bowl was fucking scripted.
All right,
My
let's
friend
hear more
voted
about
on the
this.
Gatorade color.
What color did they do?
He bet that it would be lemon lime yellow, and then ended up
Oh,
being
voted
purple.
as in bet. Okay, yes.
Yeah, bet. He bet on the Gatorade color. You can bet on the color of the Gatorade.
Yeah, prop bets for the NFL is so good. They had like bets for like what song Usher was gonna perform first. Last year, I did win money betting that Rihanna was gonna perform "Bitch Better Have My Money."
First or at all?
No, like first, yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah, that was a risk.
And she played that like deconstructed version of it, but it counts because she said "Bitch Better Have My Money."
I bet on the coin flip every year, but that's it. I lost this year.
Did you vote tails?
Yeah, I always vote tails.
Because tails never fails.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Also,
Except this year,
there
'cause
is
it's
science
rigged.
that says the head side is heavier than the tail side.
Yeah, it's like something like that.
It's marginal,
Yeah.
but man, that's something you got to factor in.
No, I mean, it's like it's an edge. Like you should always pick tails because you have a slight edge over heads.
Different refs flip the coin differently, so like you can go look at like how many
Ooh.
spins they have, like per flip.
Oh, interesting.
If I was a ref,
Yeah,
I
if I
would
did-
flip that shit like a cricket player fucking throws a bat. Or
I would
throws a
just
ball.
throw it straight up in the air and like whatever happens. Yeah,
Like spin it up like that. Like
it's called a touring cost. I don't know why they touring.
What
Yeah,
it costs.
the word flip
Coin
is not
toss.
even in it.
A touring cost, a coin toss, and I don't know why they spin it around so much, man. Just like throw that shit across the field and see what happens.
Yeah, well, do they do the thing with the coin toss where you catch it in your hand and then you flip it over?
No, that shit
onto
got hit the ground.
Okay.
They actually stopped that after the movie Rat Race came out
Okay.
because that was like the central plot of Rat Race. Is Cuba Gooding Jr. was a referee who called the coin toss incorrectly. So it's a safe face. They preemptively canceled it and they just let that shit fall now.
I
do
know if
like
that's
the
true or
idea of-
not, but I'm just gonna go with it. Yeah.
I like the idea of the refs just like throwing the coin in the crowd and being like, y'all figure it out.
You tell me.
Well, apparently the 49ers fucked up in overtime. Like they shouldn't have taken the ball first, right? That's like a thing.
It's new.
Well, you saw
Everything
a
was
bunch
new
of
this year.
Yeah, apparently a bunch of people on the 49ers did not know about the new I'm sure the coaches did, but the players, they were interviewing some and they're like, yeah, I didn't know that was the rule.
I
guess it
saw
would be
that.
harder. Yeah.
They didn't think they would get that far. They never bothered learning it. Apparently, the Chiefs learned it like the first week of practice this season.
There you go. That's championship mentality.
Grind set mindset.
Yeah. CEO grind set is knowing the rules for the like very unlikely happening of the championship game. And
Kind of like what happened during January 6th. Like you have to know the rules in order to get around them sometimes or
That's
win
true.
the game.
That's true. If Trump had studied the
Slava,
rules,
who do you think
good,
won January 6th?
America.
The person who got to take a shit on Nancy Pelosi's desk.
Okay.
That's awesome. Like, I'm sorry. That's regardless of your political leanings, it's cool to take a shit on an elected official's desk in their office.
Nah, that's cool until you're like, wait, how does he wipe his ass? So
With her
he was
fucking
just walking
whatever
around
she had on her desk at the time, I guess.
Nah, man. Like, you can't wipe your ass with printer paper. Like, that's fucking insane behavior.
What that's the line is.
You can take a shit.
It's not
but use your
shitting
toilet
on
paper.
Pelosi's desk. It's wiping your ass with her memos or whatever.
Look, I think any of us given the chance would take a dump. I would bring at least a 4-pack of fucking Angel Soft with me, though.
All right, so
Like,
that is
to the riot?
Kansas City Chiefs mentality, though. That's Kansas City Chiefs mentality.
Picture yourself at the office. You're sitting on the desk. What do you need? Toilet paper.
Yeah, like
Yeah. Because just
like
like
knowing-
deciding on a whim to shit on something, like, look, man, I know they got bathrooms in the Capitol building, man. Just like go out there, and you come back and someone else has shit on it already. Like, no, that's not going to happen. You're the only person who's allowed to do this. It's like, I missed now I'm a copycat. Like, no, like, you're the only person who's going to do this. And if not, like, Chuck Schumer's office right down the hall, man, do it there. Like, it's, yeah.
That'd be crazy.
There are like 300.
Desk.
There's like 300 something Congress people, ain't it? Like, there's enough desks to shit on.
Yeah, and if everybody shits on one of the desks, they can't arrest them all. That was the entire thinking behind bum rushing the Capitol in the first place.
That's why it's called bum rushing.
It's like every single like senator's desk gets shit on, and they test it, and like 70% of the shits are all from the same person. It's like, what the fuck? Like, yeah.
We've never seen game like this before. We need to study this man.
Right.
Yeah, that's definitely like a situation where they catch the hacker, the FBI does, and they immediately are like, you can either go to jail or come work for us.
Yeah,
Teach
they
us
use
your
his,
secrets.
It's like
they use
Putin
his-
wakes up one day, goes to the office, there's just a dump on his desk. He's like, yeah. And
they
it's just
use
like
a person's metabolism to make a
of
faster
shitting.
Ozempic.
Yeah.
Yes to everything. All right, what else we got on here? Beyonce.
Who?
That happened? I don't know. Beyonce.
I heard someone call her Beyonce yesterday, and that was very funny to me.
That's
Like
good.
Bonsai? Like, what do you mean?
Beyonce,
Explain that joke
like,
to me. I don't get it.
No, it wasn't a joke. He just mispronounced it.
Oh.
Yeah.
Bonsai.
He was like, just Beyonce. I was like, who? Yeah.
There's like people that frequent country clubs, clubs that play country music, and there's a very strict, apparently no other music but country at these clubs. So I asked him, like, hey, Beyonce's putting out a country album. Are you guys going to be allowed to play that? And he looked at me with like the most serious face he's ever looked at me with and gone, honestly, I don't know. So we'll see what happens there.
Didn't you? It seems like one of the main things you do for fun when you're in Calgary is go to country music bars with live country music.
And line dancing.
Didn't you see someone cover Lose Yourself there?
Yeah, very poorly. Like, he didn't seem to know any of the words outside of the chorus, and the girl was doing the chorus. So the place I go, it's called Ranchman's in Calgary, and I've been there twice. The first time I went, it was very cold, not a lot of people. The second time, a lot of people. But then we looked up what's the drinking age in Calgary, and it's 18. And we're like, yeah, we're not talking to anybody here tonight. But we definitely were looking at the stage the whole time, and they have a variety of performers come on. And one of them did his whole set and for some reason decided to close with a karaoke cover of Lose Yourself that he clearly had never practiced for before. So he just kind of like mumbled through it, and then the girl sang the chorus. But he did the hands. He did the hands throughout.
Okay. Once again, this is an example of the need to have Kansas City Chiefs mentality. Like, you
Know
need
where
to
you're
be
going
preparing
before
for
you
the moment.
start. That's right.
Yes. Yes. Did he at least say mom spaghetti?
That's the only thing he got right.
Okay.
His mom's spaghetti, knees weak, mom's
Mom-
spaghetti.
Yeah.
Spaghetti on the sweater already, mom's spaghetti. Yeah.
That's it. Were you there?
Yeah, I might have been. Yeah, you don't know my life. Yeah. I don't really know much of my life either, though. So yeah, I may have been there. Yeah.
Are y'all gonna order stuff from Temu now?
Okay,
Have you
so
ever
first of
ordered
all,
anything?
I've been saying Temu for the past year and a half. And
Okay.
yeah, that. So I learned something at least.
No,
so we
I
go-
could be saying it like Bonsai.
No, man, no, because in the commercial I heard it and I was like, nah, they're saying that wrong, but it's from the company, so they're clearly not. But yeah, it's like Temu is so fucked up, man. It's just
Okay,
like,
so
what is it, like Shein or whatever, like the clothes ones? This is like for everything, and every Temu ad I've ever got is just fucked up. It's like, yo, here's like some boxer briefs with the elephant on the front, but it's like you could put your dick in the elephant's trunk, and it's funny when you get a boner. Or like, yeah, or I got ads for some briefs with butt pads in them one time. Like, I'm not already
from
caked
Temu?
up, so like, fuck y'all. Yeah, and I don't know why I got targeted for this, man. I've seen fucked up dolls. I've seen just like, yeah, race cars that look like they're gonna explode as soon as you hit accelerate. Like, yeah.
I keep getting ads for extremely knockoff golf clubs from them. Like, they have the Malbon golf logo on the club, or some of them say Jean Baptiste, who, if I'm not mistaken, is a jazz musician.
Yeah.
And Stephen Colbert's
type of
musical
club.
director.
Yeah.
That is true. Jazz clubs are clubs.
it is very funny how the algorithm sorts it for all of us, because I get ads for like socket sets and other tool related things from Temu. I'm going to keep calling it Temu. I don't care. I didn't see the commercials.
What is Temu? I don't even know what it is like.
Trey,
Amazon?
open your phone for the man.
It's
Well,
like
no,
the
because
least-
I opened it on Super Bowl just to like, click the ad on accident. It took me to the thing. They give you one of those spinning things where it's like, it stops. It's like 100% off everything. You just need to order 3 things. And it's like, no, I don't want this. And you click the X to get out and it spins the wheel again. It's like, okay, now you got 6 free things. Buy something, bitch. And
How
it's
much
like,
should
no,
you have to give
I
you?
don't want to do this. I don't want to do this. Yeah.
Temu is like, you know how everything is made in China, but it has to go through like 5 steps before it gets to you normally? This takes 4 of those steps right out.
Yeah, it's just like some dude in Wuhan's just like, yeah, man, yo, here's your 120 Mardi Gras beads for 50
so it's
cents. And it's like, okay. Yeah, happy Mardi Gras, guys, by the way.
So where
Happy
do you
Mardi
get
Gras.
served these ads? You get served these ads on
Instagram.
Instagram? Or
Yeah, online, man. Yo, their marketing budget is crazy. Instagram, Twitter.
but I guess
for-
I'm wondering, have any of you actually ordered anything from this website?
Nah, man, everything they make definitely got asbestos in it, so I will not be buying anything from
My
them.
mom ordered
Yeah.
stuff on there.
Okay.
She
nice.
got
Their
like
tagline
dresses
is
and
shop
shit,
like a
and they were
billionaire.
good.
For context, Temu recently had a big win from a business perspective when they took over being the exclusive partner for factories that Shein had stopped working with because of concerns over safety and human rights.
Wow.
Shein,
Big win. Big win for
big
Temu.
win. Yep.
So Nersey's upgraded Temu to a buy if you're looking at the Nersey mutual funds.
Yes.
Yeah, fucking Temu or Temu or Tamal or whatever the fuck. Yeah, they're also
It's
definitely the
Temu.
places. It's also definitely, it could be that too, but it's definitely the place where like a lot of these people who are buying those scooter batteries that explode and like burn down an entire house, I promise you they're getting it from there.
Yes.
Okay, so every lithium ion battery can do that if it's exposed to oxygen. Like
some
just
of
had a
them
thing
are like
happen where-
some of them are safety rated, and I promise you, the $4 ones they buying off that website or however the fuck them they cost, like it's not those.
Yeah, other ones have a
Those are
coating
not the
the
safe
thickness of this napkin. Yes.
Yeah,
It's
the
like paper
Timu
mache
ones.
and just like
Yeah.
lithium inside. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a lithium pinata.
A lithium fire is bad too because
Which
you
is a
can't
good
put it out
Action
with
Bronson
water.
album title, right?
No, you can't. You can't put it out with water, Drew. That's
Lithium
absolutely right.
pinata.
Lithium Pinata would be a sick Bronson album name. Yeah.
Yes.
Also, we
Um,
have a dude in the shop who, under his loyalty thing, his name is just Connor Minnesota.
Okay.
And I was like, bro, please tell me that's your real name. And he's like, it's not, unfortunately. I was like, get the fuck out.
Wait, there's a loyalty program at the wine shop. What's the bonus? Like, where does the bonus kick in?
Oh, so every purchase you get like 5% in loyalty bucks.
Okay.
And so like, yeah, we have some people who are like, they have like hundreds of dollars in loyalty bucks. Like, now I'm saving for a good one.
Yeah.
And I'm
Yeah,
like,
we have the same thing at the cannabis shop
Mhm.
in Ontario.
Also, 5% is better than like a lot of credit cards.
Yeah,
That's
and you're going to
true.
use it on what you're going to use the free money from credit cards for anyway.
Yeah, alcohol. So like, yeah.
Yeah.
We have some like wildly expensive stuff in there. Like we have some like $500 Japanese whiskeys and shit. We have a book about whiskey that costs like $1,400.
Is it like made out of whiskey? Is it like frozen whiskey that is a book?
Man, I'm assuming they like beat down a bunch of like oak barrels and then just like refine that shit into paper and that's what it's printed on. But like, yeah, I'm too afraid to touch it, so I wouldn't know.
That's fair.
Is there just one of it?
I'm the person who just like, you know, forgot he ate lo mein and touches it and all of a sudden there's a grease stain. Takes the value down like $800.
Which is crazy when it only costs $4. Is there only just the one copy of it?
Yeah, we only have one copy of this thing, and it's been sitting there my entire time. No one's even asked about it. We have to point it out to people.
That's sick. You're
love
like the
it,
guy
man.
in Game of
It-
Thrones, the librarian.
It's just like it's. I'm gonna bring it down one day.
All right,
Or one of
whatever
the
you do,
neighborhood crazies. Yeah.
yeah, use it to defend the store. If someone comes in there with some sort of weaponry, that's the only way you'll be able to touch it and fuck it up and not get in trouble. Is if you're like protecting life.
Oh, somebody like goes to stab me, and I just pull it down, and it's so thick, like yeah, it just stops. The
Exactly,
knife and I
yeah.
can't get from 'em. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, that's why I always walk around with a pocket copy of the Constitution in my breast pocket, is because it can
case
stop a
someone shoots you in
musket
the heart.
ball. Exactly, yeah. With
Yeah.
like something slightly stronger than a pellet gun.
But if it's a musket though, like, don't you have enough time to just be like, I'm not gonna be here anymore and run away?
Yeah,
Uh,
between reloads.
They gotta,
but it's
yeah,
the
they
first one that gets
gotta,
you.
yeah.
Well, apparently a lot of it was like, unless you took like a musket to the face or the heart or something, usually you just died because of like infection.
Yeah.
That would suck. Imagine getting a musket to the face. You got to walk around for 2 weeks until you succumb to your injuries with just like shrapnel in your nostrils.
Yeah.
Like, what,
I'm-
hey, what
no
happened to
pussy.
that guy?
Yeah.
Yo, he pissed a guy off with one of the 4 guns that exist.
Right. Like, who was it? When Aaron Burr popped, what's his name, man? I would have taken 2 steps and just hit him in the
Hamilton?
back, man. Yeah, it's just like, fuck this, man. I'm not, yeah. We're gonna sit here and aim at each other, man. Imagine, like, having the chance to just aim at a guy and it's just like pull and you know, you get hit,
Yeah.
but he doesn't.
Because you,
That's embarrassing as shit.
Well, apparently a lot of duels were just like honor things, and like you weren't actually trying to kill the other guy. It was just like, we need
Aaron
to
Burr
prove
tried
that we're
killing that other guy.
brave. No, he apparently aimed away, but muskets just have horrible aim, and it ended up like getting him.
that's so sick how there was like a Magic Johnson of muskets at some point in history who was like, nah, I'm not doing that honor shit. I'm actually like shooting to kill. 1-2 step turnaround, boom. Change the game.
Yeah.
Wham bam. Now let me go get my ham sandwich for lunch. Cause that was like one of like 4 foods they had. Yeah.
The halftime show was good. I liked the roller skates.
I've heard differentiating opinions on the halftime show, but one thing everybody can agree on was yes, the roller skates were cool as hell. Also, Usher was sweaty as fuck like 3 songs in.
Yes.
That motherfucker looked like a dolphin. Like he was just glistening.
I mean, I get it. I get super sweaty whenever I do anything that is more than like a slow walk.
I can think myself into being sweaty.
Also, everybody thinking Jermaine Dupri was CeeLo was so fucking funny.
Oh no! Oh no!
Dude,
I was the only one who got it right because, like, yeah, I was. No.
Yeah,
but, like,
exactly.
I was in the bar with some friends, and I was like, "Oh shit, they brought Jermaine Dupri out," and somebody else was like, "Oh shit, they got CeeLo." I was like, "No, they didn't." Nah, that is no.
I mean, I
That's
briefly
not what's going on
thought
right now.
I briefly thought that will.i.am was Kanye when he brought will.i.am out.
See, I didn't even clock who that was.
It was will.i.am, international.
Oh yeah,
pop
I know
star.
that now. I know that now.
You know who nobody got confused about who it was? Fucking Ludacris. Big ol' afro, just out.
Yeah,
Saying his
Ludacris
name.
and Alicia Keys, to be fair. Yeah.
Yeah, for other reasons.
Also, do not act like do not act like that on stage with my wife. Like, what's that mean? Like, stop emailing my wife? Like, that's what I would have wrote on Usher's garage after that performance if I was Swizz Beatz, man. Like, fuck it, don't be doing all that. Yeah.
Hey, Trey, do you remember how Swizz Beatz and Alicia Keys met?
Yeah, I do.
So
I know exactly. Remember for like a couple years, when you Googled his wife's or his ex-wife's name, how Alicia Keys' face would be like the first fucking image search.
Wait, how did they meet?
Swizz Beatz cheated on his wife, longtime wife, with Alicia Keys.
Oh,
Who was also in a relationship, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, but not
okay.
with somebody Swizz Beatz level. So it's
Yeah, like in a normal relationship, not a married one. But like they started off cheating, so that's what you get.
Yeah, there's your penance, man. You got to watch Usher rizz up your wife in front of the entire world on the most viewed Super Bowl ever.
He's sweaty as hell.
You had to watch that, and now your house smelled like Usher up until fucking Thursday. Yeah, you can't. Yeah.
He responded online. He said he was cool with it.
Cuck. Yeah.
I mean,
cut. Cut.
Nah, shut up.
And now your wife has herpes.
Usher
too.
went on a world tour doing that to every woman who's married and in relationships, and they put videos up on it. It's just
that's one of the R&B traditions we got to bring back. Is just like bringing your girl to a show, and then Teddy Pendergrass brings her up on stage and starts kissing her on the mouth, and it's like, what the fuck, dude? I paid $60 for this. Like, yeah. And that was in 1970s money, so that's like $500, man. Like, yeah.
It's true. I
was sitting in the nosebleeds. What the fuck? Like, yeah.
How'd you even find her?
Yeah, he's pointing up at like bro, like DD, and he's like, "You bring her." Yeah, it's like they got the band playing for 10 minutes while they get her in the service elevator to bring her down so you can kiss her on the mouth. Like, fuck out of here, bro. Like, yeah, but we need to bring that back.
We do.
Usher did that.
We need to bring that tradition back.
Relationship.
Yeah, but the young guys aren't doing it, man. Like Jaquez is not doing that.
Yeah, Lil Yachty's not taking your bitch.
Yeah, you know. We're losing recipes, as Michael Irvin said.
There's like very few sexed up singers, as far as I know at this point.
Jacquees, Jason Derulo, Janelle Monáe.
Those are all from 10 years ago. Those are all from when we were young.
Nah,
like,
Jason Derulo got the song out right now, which yeah, they tried playing for me in the wine shop, and I just acted like it wasn't playing. And then another time, someone else tried playing it. I just left for half an hour.
That's what I'm saying. We've been listening
somebody
to Jason
margaritaed me, man.
Derulo.
Yeah.
That song
We've been
goes
listening
so
to Jason
hard.
Derulo for years. Like, when are we going to get another Late Nights with Jeremiah?
But Jeremiah wasn't even
You gotta hit
sexy when that came out. He was kind of anonymous, right?
Nah, man,
that
Jeremiah
made
had
him
like
sexy.
2 #1 singles. Yeah.
But
And
no,
nobody
he
knew
could
who he
walk down
was.
the
It was just
street.
this very
Yeah.
horny guy. Yeah.
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 And then and then
That was the
I'm
song.
sorry, dude. What was that?
The song went ooh oh ah e ooh oh ah e.
Oh
I
yeah.
believe you mean you
Rosa
can't
Acosta.
spell. Oh, yeah. I was thinking you meant you can't spell we without you and I.
Which is a banger
that
of a
song's called
fucking
We,
hook.
yeah.
Yeah.
It is
Yeah.
a banger. 773 Love. Great song.
Yes. Well, I've
Um,
been on record as saying that's my favorite Gangsta Grills album.
it's really, really good. What else was on there?
But he wasn't.
It's
But what about
absolutely-
NLE? Yeah, go ahead.
No, NLE, come on.
I'm just saying, like, of the options you have available, that's the sexiest, sexed up one.
No, he's just horny.
Well, fine.
We're talking sensual, not horny.
yeah,
There's
there is a
plenty horny
difference.
There's plenty horny motherfuckers out here, man. Like, yeah, it's
The culture rewards horniness now than it didn't. It has never before. Like Ice Spice is framed in horniness. Like everything about Ice Spice is horny, but it's not
Very much
sensual.
so. Yeah.
Yeah, but also you're saying it sounds like you're just now discovering that the music industry objectifies women.
And men.
And men, but often women.
Majority woman.
Yes.
Yeah. Because like we're not going to turn into a dude. Like NLE Choppa is corny to us, but if he was a woman, he would be doing the Ice Spice dance.
Nah, it's still kind of corny.
I mean,
Ice Spice does
he's-
horniness in a different way than yeah. It's one of those like I know I'm a baddie. Where y'all gonna look at me? NLE Choppa's like, look at
That's
me.
the same message. That's the same message of NLE Choppa.
Have you not heard me talk about how big my dick is? Like, yeah, look at me. Like, yeah, that's NLE Chopper. Yeah.
Apropos of all this, I think horny or corny would be a great segment for us to start.
All right, so let's talk about something that won't get us in trouble. Kanye
like
and
vagina?
his new album.
No, we got some more Super Bowl stuff to talk about.
I'm trying to
Primarily
get
the
out of
lack
here
of-
by 10.
Primarily like a pussy eating on the Super Bowl, but nah. Yeah, I think Nersey needs to buy a Super Bowl ad.
I mean,
Yeah,
I
I
think
think
that they're
we-
getting less expensive.
It's $7
Well,
million
if-
now.
If Temu could like spend fucking 30 minutes for just showing the same ad for 5 times in a row, like yeah, I think we can do this.
If Jesus can, if like Christianity can afford an ad that is just showing feet for 30 seconds straight.
That was so weird.
Well, and what was it
It
like?
was so
INXS
weird.
playing and shit too? Because like I started singing along at first, and then I was like, oh wait, these are people who want to stop abortion.
Yeah, I thought it was like a weird, like kink positive PSA or something that was just about feet
It
initially,
just
and
ends
then
like
it was
got milk. Like yeah.
yeah, it was the opposite of that. It was just weird.
But also that's
obviously
a
they can
tax
afford it.
write off for them. So
Yeah,
yeah.
if Jesus paid for
Yeah.
your sins, you think he can't pay for a Super Bowl commercial?
The Mark Wahlberg one was. Yeah. Do you think the Catholic Church paid for that, or Mark Wahlberg was just like, I got some shit to say, and he paid for
He
it
got his
himself?
day rate.
Yeah.
I was in and out of the room because I was helping Emily make food. So, what was the Mark Wahlberg thing?
Man, that motherfucker loves Catholicism. Yeah, that's basically the gist of it. He loves being
I
a
mean, it's
Catholic.
from
and-
Boston.
And he's like, yo, if you're not a Catholic, I'll kill you. And,
Okay.
Or if you're a Vietnamese store owner.
Yeah, well, not Catholic, exactly.
Yeah, well,
Yeah, everybody thinks that was a racist thing. Nah, that was just like the Crusades happening in fucking Fishtown or whatever the fuck. Like, yeah.
Mark Wahlberg took it upon himself to restart the Crusades. I'm in Canada, so the only commercials I didn't get the Temu commercials, for example. I had to look them all up after, and the only ones I watched were the Dung Kings, like the Ben Affleck one, and the Beyonce Verizon one. That's it.
The Duncan ones, like, first of all, they had that shit on. I need one of those jackets so fucking bad. Probably the whole outfit, but I need one of those jackets so fucking bad. I don't even eat Dunkins like that, but I will if they send me one.
Jack Harlow and Fat Joe for getting easy money.
Yes.
Fat Joe popping up was just like, it was just like, oh, yeah, this is just like one of those things. It's like when Earth, Wind, and Fire does a reunion tour, and it's like, yo, who needs a new pair of socks? All right, come on.
Yeah, no, I mean, Fat Joe is... I feel like I've said this before, but I think if I had the ability to ghostwrite the autobiography of any rapper, I would choose Fat Joe. Because
I told you about the time I saw Fat Joe outside, right?
No.
So this was when I was working in Midtown, and Midtown has those like expansive fucking like delis and bodegas and shit.
Yeah.
And they're just huge. One time I was in there and I was getting the coffee, because it was like my second week of work and I hadn't got paid yet. And I was just like still new to New York.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm getting my coffee and I look next to me. I was like, I know that's not Fat Joe. And I look again. It was like, oh, that's Fat Joe. Oh, shit. And I'm thinking about like, do I say anything to him? And then I look at him take a carton of half and half and just fill an entire cup with it.
What? Because you're staring at Fat Joe and not realizing?
No, like I was just looking out the corner of my peripheral vision. I was in JROTC, man. I learned all about this shit. Like, yeah, I'm good at like looking at people when they don't know I'm looking at them, keeping an eye on people. This motherfucker filled up like a 12-ounce cup with fucking half and half, and then just like splashed some coffee and walked out. And I was like, holy fucking shit. I'm not saying anything to Fat Joe.
Oh, wow. Oh, so it was the other way around. I thought that you meant that you had done that because you were so busy staring at him, but you were staring at him because he was doing that.
Yeah.
Okay.
And like, I also like every few years, I just see Fat Joe out. Like, I'll be walking to Williamsburg from the J train, and he's just outside of Peter Luger, like doing photo shoots with people, having the time of his life.
Fat Joe is your personal Zelig.
Oh, shit.
Zelig is it's like an old Woody Allen movie where he plays like this guy who just happens to keep showing up in all of these like historically significant photos.
Oh, like Forrest Gump style.
Yeah. It like Forrest Gump basically ripped off the joke.
Yeah, but different.
Yeah.
Yeah. Speaking of Woody Allen, what do you guys think of the Kanye West album?
Thank you for getting us there. I was going to say something similar. I mean, like, I don't know. I sent this to the group chat the other day, but I was just like, man, it sucks that Kanye is like in like weird Nazi mode right now because he and Ty Dolla $ign making a black metal influenced album that has like 4 JPEG Mafia beats and also a Freddie Gibbs feature is like catnip for me personally.
Did you like the album?
So can I come clean real quick?
Yeah.
I did not know that he had an album out. I thought it was just that thing with Ty Dolla $ign with the weird visuals and shit. So like, and I think that's just kind of a sign of where Kanye is right now. Like,
being suppressed by the algorithm because he ruffled the feathers of the powers that be. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. Also, like, in a wider context, we can get to this in a little bit, but the fact that there are people on Twitter who are talking about like, yo, maybe Kanye had a point in relation to other world events is just like, oh, this is bad.
Oh no, he definitely did not have a point.
No, he did not have a point, man. But like some of the, remember.
He's ahead of his time.
Remember, what was the one tweet where it was like, in school, people at different reading levels are in different rooms, and on Twitter, everybody's in the same room.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like, yo, when you were in school, you got shielded for some of the dumbest shit you would ever hear in your life. That's not what the real world is like, man. Like, I think in schools they should just throw like teachers should at the beginning of the year be like, yo, who's the dumbest kid in 6th grade? All right, throw him in the honors class. Like, let's just show these kids.
Let's see what happens.
Let's show these kids what the real fucking world is like, man. You know?
Yo,
I mean, that's why
you didn't know the Kanye album was out because people with taste have stopped talking about him.
Yeah,
for
that's
about
also
5
just
years.
like, I don't care.
Yeah, people don't care, man. People don't care. Like, a lot of people do care, but a lot of people with good taste don't fucking care anymore. He lost the type of fans that matter on a different level, on an artistic level. Like, people don't fucking care about his shit anymore. And it shows both. And I haven't listened to the album. I don't plan to. None of his albums since
fucking
Pablo
Keith Urban of rap.
He lost the inspiration that he had. He's like fucking boring.
Like, this album is
nothing cool about what he's done. Nothing. You can't specifically point out
for all the dogs.
Also, like, I just did not listen to it for other reasons we can get into. But what did y'all think about it?
Better than
even though I knew we were talking about this tonight, I just did not listen to it because, like, I revisited that Mexican OT album.
That is a great album. It's not as good as that one. I mean, it's like, I would say of anything, it's the best thing that Kanye's made. I think it's the best thing that Kanye's made in a good number of years. That, like, you know, I would say the best absolute thing he's made is when he made Pusha T's Daytona, like he produced it. But in terms of things that he himself is rapping on, this seems to have the most quote unquote return to form on a strictly musical level. Like, I think that having Ty Dolla $ign in there also helps because Ty Dolla $ign is very talented and good and can do a lot of the heavy lifting. Meanwhile, Kanye can like sit in the background and like yell at JPEG Mafia until he like comes up with an approximation of the War Pigs riff that is not strictly speaking the War Pigs riff because Ozzy Osbourne's mad at him.
It's
that's a takeaway from the rollout is the Ozzy Osbourne thing, and then he used AI to mimic Donna Summer's voice to get around the sample clearance.
Oh, I didn't realize that's what it was. No, I'm sorry. You should pay the fucking
wait,
sample clearance.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Well, he's not a billionaire anymore since he lost that Adidas deal, but like, yeah,
he's got enough.
He does.
So
I'm just talking about. We are a facts-based podcast. Sometimes.
No, we are absolutely not. But okay.
Sometimes we are, and when we have the chance to be facts-based, we should.
Okay.
This does not detract from the argument, but I'm just saying when we have the chance to be facts-based, we should.
Okay.
Well, he definitely.
Okay. Kanye sucks.
That's
Kanye's
a fact.
Kanye's music fucking sucks.
Yeah, that's a fucking fact.
He tried to do a thing in 2016 where he's like, and who knows why, but he's like, I'm gonna like Trump and see if I can get people to still like me. You can't. It was fucking stupid then. You lost Reagan a ton of fucking people. Reagan energy?
Yeah, I think if Obama never calls him a jackass, then we don't get to this point. I also think if people, because like it was also a year or two later he put out Yeezus and everybody was like, this sucks. And it turns out Yeezus does not suck.
Oh, yeah, Yeezus never sucked.
But like, no, a lot of casual Kanye listeners thought Yeezus sucked. I remember I was dating a girl at the time, which was like, I'm tired of his shit. What is this bullshit album, Diana? And it's just like, like
then he was ahead of his time.
It's like, this is like why you work in like financial law because you don't get this shit. And
Yeezus was before the Trump stuff. Just
no, Dre was.
It was, but that's when.
Okay.
Barack Jackass and people not liking Yeezus when they should have liked Yeezus is how we started down this road. I'm not saying
Yeezus was good. We can all agree Yeezus was good, right?
Wait, so Trey, you are blaming Obama for all of this.
In a way, I blame Obama for a lot of shit, dude. It's just everybody was excited to have a black guy in office, so it was just like, yeah, let's overlook the fact he's drone striking more people than Bush did. Let's overlook the fact he could have codified Roe v. Wade, but he didn't. Like, yeah. Like, that motherfucker got up on stage and said, like, yeah, you know, it turns out I'm good at killing folks, and nobody batted a fucking eye.
Yes,
Man, you're gonna fuck us. You're gonna fuck up our Obama interview, Trey.
Oh wait, we're not gonna get ad spend for fucking when they finally had to pull Kamala out. Yeah,
Barack Obama on Nersey is gonna happen this year.
No, don't listen
not
to drill
anymore.
music, man. I don't give a fuck. He from Chicago. He don't listen to drill music, man. Like, I do not give a fuck about Barack Obama. Isn't it just? Speaking of blackface, ain't it just a Nazi album in blackface? Technically.
Okay, can we call him a bad Black Panther instead of a Nazi?
Just call him a fucking loser.
A bad Black Panther is somebody who doesn't show up to distribute like the free breakfast one day or whatever. Yeah, no, that's a bad Black Panther on his shift. Like this is something completely different.
He's an edgelord. It's like the most loserish you can be. What do you mean you don't think he is? You don't think he's an edgelord the way the things he chooses to say?
He's consistent in some of his beliefs. Like I feel like he is guided by his own
So there's
compass.
a consistent through line between saying George Bush doesn't care about black people through to what he's been saying now about Trump beyond that. There's a through line to that's not incongruent to you?
I think that I'm gonna believe it or not, I'm going to
Sounds
throw
incongruent.
Slava. I'm gonna throw Slava a line here and take up.
I thought you were gonna say under the bus, and I was about to be like, get his ass. Yeah.
No. I'm gonna be the Slava defender. Also, Slava's views do not represent the views of Nersey as a whole. But
before you do that, were any of you Kanye apologists? Did any of you have to be because you had to be if you were a big fan? So I spent all the way up until 2016 being like, yeah, I like Kanye, and then I would really ride hard. And then you can't just put on a fucking MAGA hat, which is a KKK hood, and then expect to rock after.
And then the album immediately after fucking sucked. Like at least when James Brown supported Nixon, man, he was still putting heat out.
No, I agree.
That's the thing.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sucks.
Jesus is King was his worst album by far. I like Donda personally.
Dude, I haven't listened to anything he's made since 2017 or whatever.
Yeah. Then how can you say it sucks?
Yeah.
Because other people are making shit that's good enough that you don't need Kanye anymore. You're like, well, if you're gonna be a fucking loser.
If there was one point in my life when I was compelled to listen, I
told you why though.
The best thing Kanye's done in the past 10 years or so now has been the poopity scoop shit.
Was that on Pablo?
No, that was just a throwaway.
No,
that was a one-off.
Lift yourself.
Yeah,
they didn't put that on Pablo.
Up. No, they didn't.
No, Pablo was the
because
old Kanye, which is the
he,
closest that gets in terms of thematic subjects.
Pablo was the last thing before everything went off the rails.
Pablo is hilarious and good.
I think Pablo's bloated but good. Yeah,
it's bloated with a bunch of.
All right,
weird,
I'm stepping in here. I'm coming to the defense.
Drew, real quick. Hang on, just
He was going to come to the defense of you.
Yeah, it's you.
I think you do.
All right, you're waving me off. Fuck Slava.
I just want to pivot by talking about. I want to talk to Joe about the dynamics of being a Kanye apologist working for Noisy. Well, okay, so Joe asked what it was like to be a Kanye apologist back in the day, and as 3 people who worked at Noisy North America, I can tell you that every day was full of going into the studio. Into the office and being like, hey, what did Noisy UK say negatively about Kanye today? Because they would always have some shit to say. And it just fucking sucks that they were vindicated in some way over a long enough time span.
Yeah, but Ryan Basil, he's a cool guy.
It turns out he was right in the end.
Yeah.
Shout out Ryan. Yo, shout out Ryan.
Why, he didn't like him? You're talking about people that didn't like him?
Yeah.
He hated him from the jump.
All the Noisy UK people were cool.
But they hated Kanye.
They did hate Kanye. Okay, but
they also introduced me to Bad Boy Chiller Crew, so they were right on 2 counts.
There you go.
It was so easy for me to drop Kanye. I can't rock with you if you're gonna be what a loser. But yeah, what? Okay, so What's up?
All right.
No, that's it.
So I just think
Okay,
that there,
so
God damn
Wait,
it.
Drew has been trying to defend Slava. Let him defend Slava.
no, this is what I'm trying to
All
avoid. Um,
because you know that I'm going to say something like salient and well reasoned. All right. So I think that historically Kanye does have a tendency to grasp madly and unthinkingly at the third rail. And that what the third rail actually is, the substance of that rail, continues to change. And so I'm just going to, for the listener, Trey is now smoking a cigarette contemplatively as I wow him with my facts and logic.
First of all, it's a spliff, and I'm high. Yeah, that's why I look like this. It's not because you're saying anything important. I'm kind of phasing you out, really. But
You're
No,
cooking, though.
keep
No, you're
going, but,
cooking.
like,
You're cooking.
yeah.
And so,
I was just gonna let you talk and then just say like, yeah, well, whatever, bitch. And then yeah.
all right, well, let me finish first.
Okay.
But like, saying the George Bush doesn't care about black people thing on a live telethon in a way that made Mike Myers, a very beloved actor, incredibly uncomfortable. That's touching the third
A
rail.
Canadian at that.
Just a small
A
injection,
Canadian.
though, on the right side of history.
On
And
the
now
right
let's-
side of
okay,
history.
And
No.
now let's keep going. So see where we get. Yeah.
But the thing is, Kanye is, he is not like a political actor in the way that you or I or our listeners probably are, where we are considering like greater societal context, greater socio-political, socio-historical, economic contexts.
Sure.
And instead, he is an egomaniac who is like the world. I am the sun. He is a heliocentric individual.
Yeah.
And for whom, all of the other shit out there is just noise. And so, to him, decrying George Bush is the same thing as being like, Trump is bad or Trump is good rather. And I'm going to wear the MAGA hat because it is just the unnecessary crossing of a boundary. And when you combine that with a certain degree of, you can call it mental instability, neuroatypicality, whatever you want, that is going to produce these extremely unexpected outcomes. And I'm not saying any of this to excuse him, but I am just saying like it's like a different thing from like fucking, I don't know, Kyle Rittenhouse or whatever.
Yeah, whatever, bitch. No, I'm joking. No.
I just think
You said you were going to do it and you fucking did it. Hats off.
I didn't even listen to what you were saying. I just waited for you to stop talking. No.
He doesn't have the ability, because of what he's choosing to do with his politics. I think he doesn't have the ability to make good art anymore.
So
and that sounds like an insane. That I feel like I don't feel good saying that, but it seems to be true.
So
I mean, I think it's telling that his main touchstone for this album was Burzum, who of like the early 90s Norwegian black metal scene was like the most Nazi guy of them, to the point that he was like going
a literal
out in the
Nazi.
woods.
Yeah, he's like a self-proclaimed Nazi.
Yeah, he's Mr. like he basically like
He's
writes
Mr.
Nazi
Burn
on
Your
his
Stove
forehead.
Church.
He wakes up in the morning, grabs his Sharpie and writes Nazi on his forehead and walks outside. Like yeah.
Well,
not
he didn't
literally,
do that
but,
for
like,
quite
yeah.
some time because he was in prison for murdering his bandmate with a hammer.
And guess what gang he probably joined in there?
The Nazis.
Yeah. There you go.
So
But
if
like
someone
there are
tells you that,
other. Well,
It's
I was
like,
just thinking-
if somebody's like, oh no, I hate black people, and they're like, oh, they're not racist. Don't worry. It's like, no, I'm racist as shit. And like, yeah, it's one of those. Yeah,
Yeah, why wear their shirt? Why not be like, oh, you know what? I won't wear this guy's shirt because he's a fucking racist. That would be easy. I feel like an easy decision.
That's what
I've never listened to a Burzum song because I don't want to listen to art from somebody who fucking can't stand me. So like,
that's what I'm trying to say. It's like, I wish he had picked something that, like, one of the many bands in that scene who were not Nazi or who were actively anti-fascist.
Also, it's such dirty business that he dropped a Burzum influenced album during Black History Month. That's such dirty business.
I mean, third rail, man.
Third Reich.
Yes, that's the last fucking rail that's left for him.
Yeah.
It's so.
But how's that not edgelord shit? What is the difference between that and being edgelord? What is the difference between being like, I can do anything and still be cool? Like, that's
okay. So real quick,
because like
there's a
stuff is edge.
Everybody's just gonna keep talking over me. All right, goddamn sick.
All right, now you know how it feels, Trey. Yeah.
During Black History Month, I can't. During Black History Month, I can't believe everybody's talking over me. Y'all got 2 more weeks of me pulling this card. I'll say, yeah.
All right, Slava's doing the Wakanda.
I was not looking at his window on purpose. Nah, but it's like when I think about these past few years of Kanye, and like I was still like in the newsroom and stuff, and like reading all these articles. I had to socialize them and stuff on Twitter and fucking Instagram and stuff. I think of Paul Thompson's, shout out Paul, friend of the blog, friend of the podcast,
and the pod.
I think of Paul's thing for Noisy, and I think of A Beam, shout out A Beam, his thing for Passion of Weiss, and it was just like it kind of put Kanye into context, both of them, but it's just like, yeah, we still can't explain what the fuck is going on here. And I think that's a big thing. Like, Paul talked about how, like, for someone like Kanye, it's like, I'm not going to try to empathize with him, but can you imagine if, like, every time you made a misstep, millions of people were just like, what would your dead mom think of you?
Yeah.
And then, Abe mentioned, like, how when you think about The Great Gatsby, like, Kanye is his own Daisy Buchanan. Yeah, it's just like, this is a guy who was like, I think Kanye's a lot more insecure than people look at.
Yeah.
And he's always looking for a reason to be like the center of attention because he only knows extremes.
And
yeah, I don't disagree with that.
Yeah, and it's just like, in that way, when you look at that, it just becomes even fucking cornier. You know that person at the bar who's always talking loud and like trying to share a story they think is funny? You're like, all right, man, shut the fuck up.
Yeah, we are all that guy because we have a podcast.
Yeah.
I'm not airdropping links to this to people in the bar, but Kanye's a person who will just talk loud as hell and just like be like, hey, everybody look at me, I'm special.
Yeah, he was taken in by the fucking MAGA crowd. And not so much like the MAGA crowd, right? Because that's where it started, but then like more so
the runoff. Like, the people like Tim Pool and shit.
Weird techie, not even that, bro. Like that's low on the fucking totem pole, man.
Quote unquote free thinkers.
Peter Thiel, I guess. Yeah, like I guess that's a better example. Not him specifically, maybe, but people like that. Even Elon Musk is a good example of just being like the shittiest people you can imagine.
He's running around with Nick Fuentes now, ain't he?
But yeah,
that's corny.
That's the lower tier.
Yeah.
That came more recently. I'm talking about the people we probably didn't even hear about, like right after 2016, like actual. Yeah, man, he just
but the thing
got the worst possible yes men you can imagine.
Yeah,
can I make the case? Context for art.
Can I make the case that this all comes back to being a problem of listen to the kids? Because when you make that your mantra and you're like lodestar in life, where you have to listen to the youngest person possible, you're going to end up talking to someone that like Josh Citarella interviews for his Substack, who's like a 12-year-old fucking like anarchist, right? Like because
Yeah.
you're constantly listening to people on the fringes of society. And yeah, they might have good taste in music, but they're also going to have shit taste in politics, and that runs down just as easily.
Yeah, well, but you can listen to them. You don't have to emulate
what kind
them.
of what kind of anarchist is he? This 12-year-old.
I didn't
Is
read
incomprehensible. If Josh Citarella is interviewing you about your politics, you are a new type of anarchist who just dropped. This
It's like
does
you went and
bring
got it from
me-
the Supreme store. You waited in the line. Like, yeah.
Yeah. You just bought new anarchism from Supreme.
Okay.
This does bring me to an important question, though. Kanye, horny or corny?
Neither.
Ooh,
Hollow.
horny.
Boring.
He's so horny.
Yeah.
He talks about creaming and squirting on this new album. There's a Mike Tyson interlude, and
What?
he uses
Wait, what? Wait.
And
You can't say no. You have to
Best
say
part.
these things and space it out and explain them.
I didn't put the best cherry on top. Have you ever seen the movie Dogma?
Yeah.
Yes.
You know
oh,
the skit
that's
from
where
Jay-
that fucking quote is from.
Yeah. Big titty bitches don't just fall out of the sky every day, you know? And then he like rips off that Jane Silent Bob riff to like start a verse.
Wow.
And he does it a million times.
3
And
times.
what's
Cool.
a million? And the thing that
Also,
sucks,
depending on where you live, that does happen. So yeah, it's global warming's crazy, man.
I mean, the thing
yeah.
that sucks, and this is like, I think my biggest takeaway from this whole album is like on that song, it ends with a really great Freddie Gibbs verse. And you
Yeah,
really
cut
get
the
the
check.
sense.
That's great for Gibbs.
Exactly. You get the sense.
Great job.
That, like,
That's a job.
yeah, you get the sense that Gibbs is like, okay, he's probably 45 now. And he's like, all right, I
Why'd you have to? Yeah, Freddie Gibbs
41.
might be like, 41,
Okay.
42. Like, why'd you?
all right,
why'd you have to-
let's
yeah.
take that again. Gibbs,
No,
he's-
we're
Fuck
keeping that
you,
in.
Freddie
We're
Gibbs.
keeping
What
that
do you do
in.
about it? You're
All right.
45.
Yeah,
No,
Trust
I
me,
mean,
if he's
Freddie
41,
Gibbs,
he doesn't care about calling me 45.
yeah.
Yeah,
It's like once you're 41, you might as well be 61. You know. Yeah.
I mean, from my interactions with him, Freddie Gibbs is like a genuinely like nice individual. But Gibbs, it's like, he sort of toiled in the underground in the major label lower tier doldrums for so fucking long. Like, he probably deserved from like a talent, and to the extent that being on a Kanye album represents like a validation of some sort, or like,
Of course,
whatever.
it's a business move.
yeah,
And it's
like,
smart because
on
he
both
can't,
parts. Yeah.
He can't not
Yeah.
pay him. Kanye's team will work very hard at not paying as many people as possible, but Freddie Gibbs is not someone you can't pay because
Yep.
he works for the similar label. They have to pay out no matter
Mhm.
what. Like, so it's just, Anyway, whatever. That guy's such a loser now. Kanye, his
Yeah, let's talk
music
about
is
something
not
cool
making
like
any
soccer.
waves.
What?
Let's talk about something cool like soccer.
Oh, how? the
wait,
Super
hold on,
Bowl was
hold on,
for-
hold on.
Sorry, I don't have the show open.
I was just gonna say, just like sidebar, do we want to play our new game Horny or Corny, or talk about soccer? And I think we should cut off the free episode here and like say a thing.
Okay, yeah. Like,
Trey, take it away.
Honestly, let's think about horny or corny for next week, and like let's develop
Okay.
this, because this is just going to be very awkward and weird if we.
No, I have all the horny and cornies in my fucking head. I can go for hours.
Let's write them down and stuff, because like I would like to get in depth about why somebody is horny and or corny.
Okay, Trey, real quick, just as a teaser.
You could be chorny. Yeah.
Taylor Swift, horny or corny?
Corny.
Corny.
Wow,
Corny.
you guys are good. You guys are good.
No,
Yeah.
Apparently,
Yeah, let's save this for next week,
Yeah.
because I want to have my argument. We'll have like 4 or 5 people we talk about, and then I want to make notes.
Okay.
I want
Coming
to treat this
soon
like a fucking
on Nersey. Horny.
yeah. Coming
or
soon on
corny.
Nersey, horny or corny. We're not doing this week. We're doing it next week. But this is the end of the free part of the episode, just so y'all know. Yeah.
If you want
Sorry you had to end the episode hearing us arguing about this shit, but that's just how life is sometimes, man.
if you want to hear the full episode, go to nersey.substack.com or go to patreon.com/nersey and sign up for a paid subscription. If you do it, you are horny. If you do not, you are corny.